Okay, so I said I wasn't going to do another podcast, this close to my other one in relation to food again, but someone said something and it really, really triggered me. They said that they don't want to reach out to me because they don't want me to feel bad because they know it's their fault. They know that it's their problem, it's their issue, and it's something wrong with them. And they don't want me to feel bad. And that triggered me because food, it is never your fault and it is never your issue, and it's not something that you should try and deal with on your own without having someone to bounce off, because it is so hard to work through your food issues if you don't talk about them and ask yourself the questions that need to be asked or get them asked to you and work your way through it all. It is such... I made a post about this. I make so many posts about this, but I understand that these people that ask these questions and get me to cover it in a podcast or something like that, or they ask the same question over, I don't get mad because I could just link them to a podcast, which is why I decided to do this one, because I looking for posts that I write. If I write so many of them, it's so hard to just go looking through them all and say, okay, read this, especially when in this day and age you don't have time to read long things. And so I'm really hoping I can cover what I need to cover in this podcast for you all. And I think I'm not that sure about what apps you listen to me on or Anchor itself, because I talk on Anchor for my podcasts, but I'm pretty sure you can actually reply and submit questions and stuff. So if you want to do any of that to any of my podcasts, please don't be ashamed. Please don't worry about judgment or anything like that. Never ever worry about being shamed or feeling bad or blaming yourself for anything. That's why I do what I do, because I want to help you and I know how hard it is, and I don't want you to go through the same struggles over and over again throughout your lifetime so that they just repeat into your adulthood, or if you're already an adult and you've aged through all these habits and they've become so stuck. I don't want you to continue going through the same pain that it causes you. I want to be able to help you through them and talk to you through them and see if there's any way that we can work through this stuff together. And if there's any way that I can say something that can spark something in your mind that can say, oh, that just linked me to something else, and then you just think of something else and then something else and then something else after that. Sometimes it takes certain trigger words or certain things that someone says to make you realize something so you can dig deeper on that thing. Realizing it isn't enough. You need to realize it and be able to dig on that aspect. It's for example, going to see a therapist and doing EDMR, eye displacement movement something. You're not going to be able to work through a problem with a specialist or with anyone, or even yourself, until you actually find that trigger thing, that trigger situation, that trigger moment, that moment in the past, moment in anything, to actually work on and dig into and find the reason and cause and branch off that one thing. You need to find that one thing first, and it might lead to many other one things. So I guess whenever I ramble on, I kind of lose my mojo, my train of thought. So I'm hoping you can piece together all these different things I'm saying. And I guess the whole aspect of this little ramble to start off my podcast is to tell you that food is never about the food. It's never your fault in isolation. Our past, our environment, nature and nurture, things people say to us, things probably parents even said to us, even as simple as parents making us finish our plate or rewarding us with chocolate for finishing our veggies, or rewarding us, or just, rewarding us with chocolate for doing our homework or something like that. So many different things shape our relationship with food, our behavior around food, and our thoughts around food, and it continues. That's why it's so important to actually work with someone as soon as possible and to never give up on yourself. If you actually care about your family and your kids, if you're a mother, you will invest in yourself. You will fill your cup first. There are so many people that try to say that they care so much about their family and their kids, they want to put them first, blah, 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 blah. But are you really, if you're not filling your cup first? Are you really, if you're not investing in your own health first? Really ask yourself that question, because our kids look up to us and they mimic, like, they're so innocent. They mimic our behaviors. They kind of absorb our thoughts and our actions. Like, it could be as simple as just watching mummy every single day step on the scale and weigh herself and see the way she looks at the number on the scale, or the way that she looks at herself in the mirror, noticing her emotions, her body language. And that, like, mummy's stepping on the scale, she's sad with herself, what can she do? Like, something that made me realize this is that when I had my dog with me when I was getting my back massage done, and all of a sudden I was like yelping in pain because my lower back was that stiff. So I just started making god awful sounds, and all of a sudden my dog started barking, and then he jumped up onto the bench thing that I was on and came right to my face and started licking me to see if I was okay. Like, if you relate that to like your kids seeing you upset, they're like, oh, I don't want mummy to be upset. But they realize these things, and you don't realize that. They pick up everything. They're like sponges when they're younger. So unless you invest in yourself and put your health first and your emotions and solve whatever issues you believe you have with your food, and have that healthy relationship with not only your body but with food itself. So, for example, I got asked, what is my purpose and why do I do what I do and what do I do? And I'm like, well, I guess if I had to put it all under an umbrella, my goal is to empower women and to build a strong army of women. And like, it can sound ludicrous to you guys listening to me, but I want to be known around Australia as the woman, even people overseas can recognize my name. I just want to be known as that person that makes a difference to not only that one person's life, but the ripple effect onto their family. I want to empower women to live a holistic life with a W, not a H. I don't like the word holistic. I like the word holistic. Whole body, whole life, whole world, whole dimensions. A holistic relationship, holistic life, holistic empowerment through food, through their body, through life in general, having that balance, being the best version of themselves and living that best version of themselves day after day. That is my goal. And the reason I'm telling you that, and probably sounding like a lunatic to you, which, like, that's the thing, like, you have to be able to live without a fear of being judged. Like, if I get judged, cool, but that's what I want to do, and I'm not harming anyone in the process. If anything, I'm trying my utmost to do the exact opposite. I want to be that lighthouse. Like, I made a post the other day with the quote, you either be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. That's a mobile version of being the lighthouse. The lighthouse stands tall, it's the guide for all, and it shines the way, it shines the perfect clear waters, it shines the rocky roads for others to avoid. So the candle is pretty much that version that is with you. It's that lighthouse that's constantly with you. That is the light. And if I can't be that candle, then I want to be the mirror that reflects it. I want you to see your own light. I want to light your candle and then you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if I can get through to one person, then that's, like, for example, obesity. Like, people that are trying to change the one person, it's not just that one person. Like, if you think about it, so many parents are clueless on how to raise their kids around food. So many parents are bad, like, if they are having the habits, the behaviors, the actions of an obese person, and their kids absorb that, then it's just going to go on through generations and generations of just poor eating habits, poor lifestyle habits. So if you can stop that one person, you can affect the whole family. And to me, that's the most powerful thing that I can do. So, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to emphasize the importance of how parents and the way that you were brought up, the environment, the interactions you had, how they can all shape your behavior, your relationship with food. And as can yours influence that of those around you and your kids. Like, it's not about you. It's not your fault. Don't feel like you need to go in isolation. Ever. Because there's people out there that specialize in this stuff. Like, even if you just get a simple nutrition coach just to like educate you on nutrition, to write you a nutrition plan, or even just investing into a fitness coach or a trainer. Because once you feel good about your body and move your body in a way that serves you and makes you feel better, then you can apply that to your food. Like, I know, for example, when I was in my own little rut with eating, like, I've always been into health and fitness and all that stuff, but I'd never ate to fuel my body. Like, I knew from year 10 onwards, I studied nutrition because I was so into food and knowing the relationship of all the chemical processes in the body, because I was so into science in year 10. And I just loved the way that food had all these amazing properties to change someone's body, to make you feel better, because I realized how much better I felt with certain foods, how much sluggish I felt with certain foods. And then I got interested in blood types and all this random shit back then. And like, I forgot my train of thought there, but oh yeah, it wasn't until I started to move my body and join a gym. Like, I joined the gym on my birthday 2014, which was in November. So in November 2014, I joined the gym. My New Year's resolution for 2015 was to start at the gym. So January 2015 on New Year's Day was my first day I ever entered the gym. And it was that day that my whole relationship and approach to food started to change. I started to fuel my body for performance, for recovery, for rest. I started to fuel my body for strength. So in moving my body in a way that made me feel empowered, note the word empowered through strength, empowered through weights, empowered through lifting, I started to see food as a way to empower my body, to fuel my body, to help my body perform. So that was actually when I went from, I was like following a vegetarian diet then, but I went from vegetarian to pescatarian, and it wasn't because of anything else. It was just because like I started to, I listened to my body and I started to crave seafood. And I started to feel more satisfied, more full with the seafood. Like, the reason I'm a vegetarian and vegan weren't ethical reasons per se. Like, I freaking love animals. And I have many vegan and vegetarian clients. And the thing is, I actually love serving vegan and vegetarian clients. I actually try to get more vegan and vegetarian clients on board. Because if I'm not there to help fill their deficiencies and to make sure that they are getting the right nutrition within their body, like, not that many people give a shit about helping people in the way that they choose to follow a nutrition plan to do life. They're too busy trying to make you eat a certain way, like, no, you can't be vegan, you can't be vegetarian, you're not gonna get any meat in ya. Like, all this other shit. Like, there's so many people that don't just respect someone's decision and help them eat in a certain way. Like, I made a post the other day with Tough Love saying, like, eat meat then. Like, if you are craving shit that bad, eat the shit. Like, honestly, if you're craving it, eat it. Realize that you're putting these restrictions on yourself. So if you're gonna start craving shit, then, like, you're just gonna put yourself into a spiral. Realize that you are making the choices to restrict yourself further by cutting out this product and this product and this product. Own your choices. If you own your choices and realize that you are putting the restrictions onto yourself, then you will be able to have a better food relationship and be able to accept the fact that you can't, like, you're not able to eat the dairy. Because this was a client that was craving like chocolates and dairy and stuff like that. And then they started to crave like this really nice seafood. And then they would like smelling hot dogs and stuff, which made them want to eat other food. And I'm just like, realize that you're putting these restrictions on yourself because you want to save the animals. You have your ethical reasons to be vegan, to be vegetarian, to eat only a certain way. Like, this person still eats eggs and egg whites, but they don't eat dairy or flesh of animals. So as soon as you own your decision to restrict certain foods, then you become more at peace at the fact that you aren't able to eat those certain foods, and it makes it easy to stick to a nutrition plan because you're the one that put those restrictions on yourself. I have nothing, like, I'm happy to make sure that you're eating vegetarian and vegan and plant-based and all that stuff in, like, a healthy way. So you do get all the amino acids and protein, and you are able to repair and fuel your body, and you are able to, like, target certain deficiencies. Make sure you're getting regular blood checks. Make sure that, because there's some people that don't exactly absorb iron as well as others. Like, I know some vegetarians that have high iron levels because, like, that's their genetics. That's the way that they absorb iron. They are good or iron absorbers. But then there are others that are so depleted, even if you've, like, shot them with iron, they can't absorb it right. Like, they need certain things to be prescribed from the specialist, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, back to my point is that you need to, that's another food relationship thing that I just brought up, and I just went all over the topic. So I just realized that I went past the 15-minute mark, so I tried to cover as much as I could in this podcast. If there's anything else that you would like me to cover in relation to like food, anything like that could help you, so I could just say listen to this podcast, or if I just send my podcast link to anyone and you can, like, scroll through the titles and see what suits you, let me know, because I'm trying to get more videos out, I'm trying to get more podcasts out, more everything out, but I'm also trying to find content to keep within my VIP group as well. So I'm gonna do what I can to put information out there that I can generalize on. But yeah, like, when it comes to food relationships and anything like that, it's just so personal. It's not something I can just cover to the specific to help you. And that's exactly why I do try and do my phone calls with my girls and discuss these things with them. And I do ask for all of these different biofeedback markers from them, because, like, it's not something I can just generalize. So I am able to help them on their path and try and figure out the triggers and ways we can work through their food, relationship habits and all that. So that ends it for today's, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side, my lovelies.